Hello, my name is Dennis Lee. I'm the defensive line coach and recruiting coordinator at Carleton College out of Minnesota. Just want to come on briefly just to talk about defensive line play as it relates to ball get off in pass rush. So the clip here that I'm going to show, I actually posted this up on Twitter a couple weeks ago, but I just want to elaborate more about the setup itself as well as, have a couple of game clips that correlates with the drills that we're trying to do with the get off. So in this setup here, guys, I actually took this from the New York Jets defensive line coach Aaron Whitecotton. I did the Bill Walsh Diversity Coaching Fellowship with the Jets last summer for about a month and learned this drill setup from Coach Whitecotton himself. But pretty much it's like equipment managers bought these Plenum cable ties, and what Coach Whitecotton did was he had a golf ball, put it through a cable tie loop, and just clamped it together. And I thought it was just another unique tool that you can use to be able to simulate ball get off of your defensive lineman. And what's really good about this, guys, and what I love about this is that it creates a much smaller stimulus for your defensive lineman. So they really got to get their eyes honed in on that stimulus, and they can't take their eyes off of that stimulus at all. And it's kind of hard to see here, but as I slow it down here, guys, you could see here, I have the zip tie. Let me just rewind it back here. Okay, wind it forward. But as you guys can see here, sorry about that. But you guys can see here, here's a zip tie right here, fellas. And you can see the golf ball that's attached to the zip tie itself. And I'm telling my guys to key the top of that golf ball. Okay, key the top of that golf ball. And again, the smaller the stimulus, the harder it is for the guys to see. But I'm a big believer that when you make it harder for your guys in practice, it's going to be a lot easier for those guys in the game to see the football itself. And so, again, all we're doing here, guys, is just ball get off. And what I'm doing here, and again, I have the audio off, but you could see that I'm yelling a cadence. I'm giving these guys a cadence. I'm trying to make these guys jump. And all I want these guys to do is just get off the football by keying off that stimulus. That's all I'm looking for here, fellas. Okay. Now, in the second clip here, it's the same thing here. Okay. We're doing the exact same here. What's really good about this clip here that I like that was better than the last clip is you can see the near side defensive lineman is in a great stance here. Okay, we call this a jet stance. Get your butt up in the air, load that weight on that down hand. I think that's a great job by the near side defensive lineman here, being able to load up on this stance and get that butt up in the air. On far side defensive lineman, not a bad job. I like to see that butt up in the air some as well. But again, great job at both of these guys being able to react off of that stimulus and go. Now, another phase to it or component that I'll add on to this is a competition piece to it. And, sometimes practice could get so monotonous and repetitive that, you're just trying to spice things up a little bit and create a competitive atmosphere for the guys here. And so what I'll do is I'll have a guy just stand back 5 yards behind me with his hands outstretched. And basically, the guys, in front of me, the two D linemen, they're doing the exact same thing. They're just reading the stimulus, reacting off the stimulus. The first guy that touches the hand of the guy that has his hand outstretched is a winner. And again, all you're doing here, fellas, is you're just creating competition. Nobody really gets an award. Nobody gets nothing. It's just more of you get bragging rights that you beat your buddy or you're the guy that went undefeated on ball get off. So again, just a really nice way of being able to create competition here with our players. Okay. Now, sometimes, some of our DNs do play in the 2 point stance as well as some of our three techniques as well. But again, it's the same principle here, guys. Okay. You're keying the top of that golf ball. As soon as that golf ball moves, man, you're going as well, too. Okay. It moves, you go. Okay. And what I really like about these two here is you notice these guys are really, really eager and they're twitchy, they're moving. Some coaches see that as a negative, because it creates bad habits, and guys tend to like, be very, 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 very bad at developing habits of jumping off sides, right? I actually like it because it really tells me that these guys are really keen on the twitch or on the movement of the golf ball, the stimulus itself, and it really just creates just a mentality of, man, you got to get ready to pin your ears back and go more than anything. And so, really good job by both of these guys here. Now, it's one thing if you're really twitchy and you're really excited and you really try to key off movement. It's another thing when it's constantly getting you offside. So when it becomes a problem in which it causes offside penalties, then we're going to have to address that. Okay. But other than that, I really like what I see here from these two guys here. And again, Same deal, you have a guy 5 yards behind you, hands off stretch. You're just trying to create competition. That's all you're trying to do. So we get some game clips here, guys. So again, I'll go from right to left here. I'll move this up here a little bit so you guys can see. So starting on the right side, number 66 here, guys. Again, great job with the get off. The only thing that I don't like here, guys, is his initial footwork. You could see here he has his inside foot up, outside foot back, but you could see on initial ball key movement, his outside foot is stepping. Okay. You want to load up on that inside foot. Okay, and then you want to be able to drive off of that inside foot and then step forward with your back foot. Right now, he's just stepping off of his back foot, which isn't what we want. But what saves him here is, again, he just has a great job being able to react off of that stimulus of that ball right there. Okay. And again, talking about how drill work can translate into games, this is a good example of it. Okay. Footwork isn't great, but his reaction key off of his stimulus is really good here. It saves him here despite the bad footwork. So great job by 66 here. And the thing that I always tell guys is your ball get off and your pass rush demeanor. Two things, ball get off and pass rush demeanor is going to help dictate the type of set that you want to get from an offensive lineman more than anything. Okay. The faster I get off the football and the more I could try to sell my pass rush, whether it's up the field or inside, okay, that's going to force that offensive lineman to make a decision on what kind of set that you're going to get and see. So, like here, you can see 66, okay, great get off despite the footwork, but he's trying to set it vertically outside. He forces that tackle to really turn his hips perpendicular to the sideline. Now, when you could create that perpendicular, flip turn with the offensive tackle, now you have the inside move, okay? And that's a great job by 66 taking that inside move and recognizing that. Now, with the nose tackle 99, ball get off isn't great. And I tell nose tackles, even though you're not the fastest guy out there, you're the closest to the football, so your reaction to that ball key should be a lot quicker. Okay. So this is not really a great reaction by 99 here. On top of that, after you get off, you have to have great pad level. You can see here, 99 is on the same pad level as a center right now, which isn't great. It's not what we want. Okay. Number 30 here, same deal. Great reaction with the stimulus, but man, you got to fix that footwork though as well too. Okay. Now, the only thing that he does differently, in which he needs to do what 66 is doing, is he's got to sell it up the field a lot harder. Remember what I said? Ball get off and pass rush demeanor, man. See how, like, as soon as he gets off the ball, he's kind of being very hesitant. That gives that offensive tackle a lot of time to react off field movement, regardless of where you're going. And so, again, you got to make sure that when you are getting off, as soon as you read that stimulus and you're getting off the football, man, you got to be really great with your pass rush demeanor here. Okay. But great job again by 66 being able to make a play right there. Go to the next clip here. Okay. So again, going from right to left, number 30 here. Hey, I'll tell you this. The get off isn't great. I like him to get off and read it off a little bit fast, but not the footwork is good though. See how he's loading up on that foot, that upfield foot, the inside foot there, as you can see. He's doing a great job of loading off of that foot. Okay, now we just got to get his reaction time to be a little bit quicker though. Okay, but the thing that I remember telling him here is, hey, technically now that you've gotten in phase with that tackle, to some extent, you're able to get vertical and push that tackle to turn its hips perpendicular. Now you have that inside move. So you just got to be able to counter back off of that a little bit quicker because now 79 is turned right here. So now use that inside hand, try to really hump over him, okay, and then work back to the inside. And now your path is clear to the quarterback. Number 15 here, our nose tackle. He was one of our better defensive linemen this past season. Great job on the get off here, okay? And he's 6'4", might I add. So that's a great job by him being able to try to stay with proper pad level. Now, what I would like to see with his right hand, I want him to be able to engage near the mid pec. Okay, he has one hand on one side of the pec. I want him to get the other hand on the other side of that pec. Okay, two hands is better than one. Like I tell these guys all the time, man. But what really helps him out here is you guys just look at his legs, man. Look how he's driving his legs. Okay. He's driving that center back. And that's really what's helping him out here more than anything. Now, this is our stack front right here. And especially as a nose tackle, it sucks, man, because you're going to get double team, you're going to get triple team. But again, If you just stay on that center line with that quarterback and you keep driving your feet and pushing for depth, man, you're going to help your guys on the outside more than anything. Okay. And number 66 here, great job by him. The only thing I don't like is see how his right foot here, his inside foot, his initial step here, see how he's stepping out. I want him to be stepping in vertically, pointing that toe up the field. Okay. Because number one, I just feel like when you're pointing your toes out, man, you're not generating enough velocity, enough power, okay, on that initial get off. And so try to get that toe pointed up because now you're able to generate that energy and power up the field instead of sideways and laterally, okay? Because the power you want is to be going up the field. It makes sense what I'm saying, okay? Now, again, not a bad job selling it up the field. What I like him to do, see how he's kind of like rounding it. It's like, man, you want to try to take the path of least resistance, right? To some extent here. Now, I get that you're trying to sell it up the field, but hey, maybe try to close off that space a little bit more because if you did that, okay, now you're able to get to the quarterback more, okay? But by just creating a little bit of that space right there, it's giving that quarterback a little bit too much time to throw. But nevertheless, though, he does a great job being able to push for depth, put his body into the tackle and the guard that's trying to help him out. And most importantly, more than anything, man, just creating chaos in that pocket. And again, does he get the sack? No. Neither one of them gets a sack. But I tell these guys all the time, man, it may not show up on the stat sheet, but man, as long as you're making a difference in creating incompletions and really forcing that quarterback to really make incompletions, that's all that matters to me more than anything. Okay. We'll watch another clip here. Okay. See it from this angle right here. Here we go. All right. So again, here we're all playing the school across the river. Okay, St. Olaf. But here we are right here. So again, just going from right to left. Okay, don't worry about number 39 here. He's an outside linebacker, but again, 31 here, it's not really a great get off. Okay, he's kind of popping up and out of his stance. So that's not what we're looking for here. Okay. But again, what I like about what 31 is doing though, he is being patient because he's just reading off of what the slide is giving him. Okay, so that's a great job by 31 being able to read off of that. But nevertheless, though, man, you got to be really great on your get off. Again, your get off and your pass rush demeanor, it's going to help dictate what kind of a set you're going to get from the offensive line. So I just wanted to be a little bit better with the ball get off. Number 15 here, great job by number 15, man. And again, he's a little bit high in the stance, but again, what helps him here more than anything, guys, is his ball get off. Okay. Ball get off is really good, as well as his pass rush demeanor. See how he's just driving his feet, he's just getting vertically. Okay. He made that decision that, hey, my demeanor is as soon as I get off the football, I'm gonna get vertically up the field and I'm gonna commit to it. And that's exactly what 15 did. So great job at 15 here. Number 97 here. Okay, not really great with the initial stance here. You see how he kind of false steps with his right foot. He brings that upfield foot back and then he tries to get vertical. That's wasted movement right there. And that's what we don't want. Okay. But what he does do a great job of is, hey, he's able to really ricochet. So he's able to attack with his hands or ricochet off of the offensive tackle. And with the help of the nose tackle, obviously, but his nose tackle is able to really push the quarterback to his side. But he does a great job of being able to really force that quarterback to make an incomplete throw here. So great job by 97 ricocheting off. Just want to see better footwork there more than anything. But again, what really makes a difference here, sorry about that, but what really makes a difference here, guys, is the initial get off, okay? So I went back to the beginning here, guys. Just show again. So again, you guys can see here what really helps him out here more than anything is just the get off here by number 15 right here. Okay. As soon as ball moves, I'll slow it down. Ball moves. Now he's going as well too. Okay. So again, guys, I'm gonna just stop my share. So guys, more than anything, I am a big believer in terms of trying to help your guys diversify, adding on some moves, diversify pass rush moves more than anything. But you know, my firm belief though is that you have got to teach guys proper ball get off. And obviously stance is a big thing, but proper ball get off is the first thing that you got to really teach guys because you'll be surprised that a lot of kids that come in here, man, they're not really great with ball get off more than anything. And so I'm really, really big on teaching kids ball get off more than anything. So, guys, again, this was just a very quick presentation. I'm hoping that this somehow, some way can help your players as well. Again, guys, I don't have all the right answers, but this is what I believe in. This is what I've been teaching my guys, and it's worked for me. I'm not going to say that it's going to work for everyone else. Everyone has a difference of opinion of what works and what doesn't work. But if this can help your guys as well too, then I'm happy to be able to share this online and share with all other coaches on here as well. But yeah, any questions you guys have, feel free to reach out to me. All right. Thanks, guys.